Lately, it's been hard to explain what's going on inside. You try to focus, but your thoughts feel heavy. You talk to people, but something feels off, like you're not really there. And even when nothing's wrong, you just want to be alone. If this sounds familiar, you're not the only one. A lot of people are feeling this strange, quiet shift right now. And there's a reason. The Eta Aquariids meteor shower might have already passed across the sky, but its energy is still here. It didn't leave with the last falling star. It stayed, and now it's working deep inside you. For those who could feel it, it was more than just light. It was a message, a quiet signal, maybe even from the angels, meant to shift something within you. That tired feeling, the random mood swings, waking up at odd hours. This isn't random. You're not going backwards. You're being prepared. Something is quietly changing in your life. And if you're watching this before May 13th, take this as your sign. This energy is still open to you, and if you let it, it can change your life. Lately, you might have noticed a shift, a quiet distance growing between you and the people around you. It's not that you're angry, you're not upset. You just don't feel like talking. Conversations feel off, like everyone's speaking a language your heart no longer understands. Even being around loved ones feels tiring. You leave feeling more empty than when you arrived. It's not something you can explain. It's just there. This isn't about mood swings or being antisocial. It's energetic. The Eta Aquariids meteor shower didn't just light up the sky, it left energy behind. And if you've been feeling strange lately, that's because your body picked it up. Since then, you've become more sensitive. You notice things you used to ignore: energy, emotion, silence. Your body picks up signals before your mind catches on. And suddenly, you just know. You need space, not to escape, but to breathe. That distance you're feeling? It's not a sign you're fading. It's a sign you're growing. Right now, you're being pulled back not to disappear, but to see more clearly. Some parts of you can only awaken when the world gets quiet. But what if this distance you're feeling isn't by accident? What if something beyond you is creating space, not to separate you, but to prepare you? This quiet phase you've entered? It's because of the Eta Aquariids meteor, a stream of energy that comes from the ancient dust trail of Halley's Comet. Every year it rains down through our skies. But this isn't just light in the atmosphere. For those who are sensitive, for those who are open, it does something deeper. It shifts your inner world. While most people just see meteors flash and fade, you've felt it in your body, your thoughts, your sleep, your emotions. That's why you've been pulled into stillness. It's not a coincidence. It's a response. You're being guided away from the noise of daily life because something in you is being rewritten. This isn't rejection. It's realignment. You're being moved gently, quietly, into a space where you can finally hear what your soul's been trying to say. Not everyone is feeling this, but if you are, it means something is being prepared for you, and it needs silence to arrive. And if you've been waking up in the middle of the night lately, eyes wide open, heart quietly alert, don't worry. It's not random. You're not alone. Your body is responding to something deeper, something that doesn't show up on a clock, but always arrives on time. It's the middle of the night. Everything is silent, but your body stirs, eyes open, heart quietly racing, mind suddenly alert. There's no noise, no nightmare, just a strange presence in the air, like something is trying to get your attention. If this keeps happening around 3 a.m., don't brush it off. This is the time when your system is most open. It's not just random restlessness. It's resonance. Around 3 to 4 a.m., Earth is tilted in a way that receives energy from space more directly. And the energy left behind by the Eta Aquariids meteor? It's still lingering, moving through the atmosphere, brushing against the fields of those who are awake enough to feel it. You might wake with a racing heart or in total calm. You might feel like something touched your skin or that you've just dropped into another version of reality. That's not your imagination. That's your body picking up on something bigger than language. These moments aren't meant to scare you. They're meant to tune you. Your body knows when something sacred is near. Some people wake up and scroll through their phone. Others turn over and fall back asleep. But if you're here, it means your soul stayed up to notice. You didn't miss it. You caught the signal. And even if you don't know why yet, that matters. And when that kind of energy touches you, don't be surprised if emotions start rising out of nowhere. One moment you feel fine, and the next, there's a wave. It's okay. You're not broken. You're just finally feeling what's been waiting to be released. Maybe you've noticed it. You're standing at the sink, walking outside, folding laundry, and suddenly your chest tightens. Your eyes fill with tears, and you don't even know why. It comes out of nowhere. No clear trigger, no memory attached. Just emotion, rising fast like a wave that's been waiting for the right moment to crash. If that's been happening to you, please know you're not unstable. You're not weak. You're finally soft enough to feel what you've been carrying. The Eta Aquariids meteor shower stirred up more than sky dust. It stirred up energy, old emotional patterns, hidden grief, quiet pressure, things you never fully had space to process. And now, in this stillness, your system is finally making room. Sometimes what rises isn't even from this lifetime. It could be grief you absorbed as a child. Generational pain, forgotten tension that finally has space to move. The emotions you're feeling? They're not mistakes, they're messengers. This is why being alone matters right now. When you're not distracted by the outside world, your body starts clearing out the inside, and it does it through feeling. So if you cry for no reason, laugh, then go quiet. Feel overwhelmed by a memory that never mattered before. Don't stop it. Don't try to name it. Just let it move. Let it pass through. Because once it leaves, what stays behind is yours. You walk into the same room, but it feels unfamiliar. You hear the same songs, the same voices, but they don't land the same way. There's a strange distance between you and the life you once moved through without question. That's not disconnection. That's growth. When your energy shifts, your senses follow. And suddenly, the world you knew starts to feel too small for the person you're becoming. This is what happens after a spiritual upgrade. Not during the chaos, but in the quiet that follows. The Eta Aquariids energy didn't just stir what was hidden. It created space for a new version of you to take root. And now, that version is beginning to rise. Slowly, subtly. You might not feel like yourself, and that's okay, because who you were isn't who you're meant to return to. This change isn't about going back. It's about choosing differently. Even the things that used to bring you joy might feel muted now. Don't rush to fix it. You're not empty. You're clearing. Your soul is in the process of rearranging everything. Desires, connections, direction. That feeling of not fitting in anymore? That's because you're no longer trying to. You're aligning with something deeper, and what no longer matches naturally fades away. And maybe now, you've been trying to explain it. Why have you been distant? Why do you feel different? Why nothing fits the way it used to? But here's the truth. Not everyone will understand this shift. And that's okay. It wasn't meant for them. It was meant for you. When something big moves through your life, your first instinct might be to talk about it, to share it, to tell someone what's happening. But this time, there are no words, and that silence isn't a block. It's part of the shift. Right now, your energy is still settling. The universe didn't ask you to explain it. It asked you to hold it, in stillness, in quiet, in your own timing. What's happening inside you is too new to be named. Speaking too soon can scatter it. That's why it feels like no one fully gets what you're going through, because they're not meant to. You're not being distant, you're being careful. There's something sacred growing in your field, and it needs protection. Not walls, not isolation, just space. Some upgrades don't show up as fireworks. They arrive like whispers, meant for you alone. Let the silence do its work. Let your energy root before it reaches. You don't owe the world an explanation for your evolution. What's unfolding now is personal, powerful, and bigger than language. The more you honor the quiet, the more you'll feel the truth of it. Not in your words, but in your presence. So if it feels like you're disappearing a little, that's okay. You're not fading, you're forming. And silence is just the womb where new light begins. You've held the silence. You've let the energy settle. And now, something else begins. Not loud, not sudden, but real. And it's already starting to show. Once the shift passes, you might expect some big moment. A breakthrough, a clear direction, a sign. But what comes instead is quiet. Things still look the same. The sky is still the sky. Your room hasn't changed, but something in you has. You're no longer rushing to catch up. You're finally still enough to listen. This is where the real path begins. Not with answers, but with presence. The old weight is gone, and in its place is something softer. You move slower now, but with more purpose. You speak less, but every word feels honest. You're not seeking the next thing. You're learning how to be here. People around you might not notice anything different, but you do. You feel the shift in how you breathe, in how you pause before reacting, in how you protect your energy without guilt. You don't need proof. You don't need signs. You just know. The new version of you is already here, not fully formed, but fully awake. So if things feel still right now, let them. This stillness isn't the end. It's the doorway. And the life that fits your new energy? It's already finding its way to you. And now that you've felt all of this, maybe the world still looks the same, but you don't walk through it the same, and you're not meant to. So take your time, stay quiet if you need to. Trust the pull, even if it doesn't make sense yet, because what's meant for you is already on its way. And you're already becoming the version that's ready to receive it.